Hi, I'm Christine. I work mostly with creatives like you who sometimes get just dragged down by self doubt and feel stuck creatively. I know firsthand how draining it can feel. It's like a fog. You see nothing in front of you, nothing around you. They are just those gray, humid molecules all around you that make you think like you're all alone on the world and you can't see a way out of it and you can't shake it off. Today, I would like to help you to break free from that and get back into the flow. Do you ever feel like you have hit that creative wall that's starting to feel maybe permanent? You're in the right place. Let's talk about that messy, murky feeling of self doubt that makes you wonder if you are still even a creative at all, if you have ever been, and if you will ever be again. So maybe you are frustrated with everything that you're making, or with yourself for making nothing for far too long. Either way, I get it. So let's talk about the rut. It's that moment when you're convinced you have just simply forgotten how to make anything worthwhile. You're just sitting there thinking, am I even good enough? Am I even any good? Or have I just been fooling myself all along? Does that sound familiar? But here's a thought for you. Self doubt is actually one of the more creative things we do. Really. Only a true artist, with the vast amount of imagination they have, could generate this much existential angst. But let me tell you, even if you feel like it, you are not broken. And this rut doesn't mean you belong there. It's just like a little pothole on the creative road. It's frustrating, for sure, but something every creative deals with. You're certainly not alone. Actually, I really don't know anyone who doesn't deal with this at some point. Let me catch you with a little science on why you might feel this way. Our brains are wired to scan for threats, like literally all of the time. For the brain, it's still like 10,000 BC, and we are avoiding predators as much as we can. Only now, the threat might be that blank page in front of you, or the draft that you just started or wanted to start. And we also fear rejection, to be thrown out of the tribe and having to survive in the wild jungle that world is, alone. So your inner critic is just trying to protect you from a non existent threat. You're not in any real danger here, today, right now. You're just a little creatively jammed up and protected by your brain from maybe making bad art. I couldn't help myself. Okay, so now let's get out of theory and let us move into something you can actually do. Be with me now, and right where you are, take a deep breath. Breathing in and breathing out. And one more time. Breathing in and breathing out. This is one of the quickest and simplest way to get you back into the present moment, into here and now, so that you can just forget about the mind loop and are here with me, settling in. And then, wherever you are, whatever you do, drop it and just have a look around and find 5 things that you can see. 4 things that you could hear. And you're lucky if you're somewhere in a city where you can hear much more than 4 things at the very same time. And then find 3 things that you can feel internally or externally. And 2 things you can smell if you're really good. 2 things you can smell. And 1 thing that you can taste. You could also just leave it at the 5 things you can see, 4 things that you can hear, and 3 things that you can feel to make it easier. It's fine. All of it just serves 1 thing, bringing you back into the present moment and help you getting a little bit more grounded and out of your mind. Not like in crazy, but as in out of overthinking. And when you're really landed here with me, a little bit more settled, a little bit more calm, if you haven't been already, here's another little exercise I call the tiny spark ritual. I do it myself from time to time. It's no magic, it's just fun. And that's what we often have lost in the pressures of creating, or we think we have to do something and we lose the fun and the joy of it. So this is just for fun. There is no result to be expected. It's not about creating a masterpiece, being something great, amazing, or any good. It's just to play, to explore, to experiment, and to enjoy yourself. So if you have a paper in front of you, or just grab a piece of paper, or maybe just your phone, set a timer for 5 minutes, can be done in less than 5, and let yourself write or doodle whatever comes to mind. Or still having a look around and maybe you see something very beautiful and you want to take a picture. Fine, whatever it is. Something that just gets you moving without having to do anything, without having to create anything. Just gets your mind off the imaginary swamp you're in. And so you might be surprised in the end, if you really do it, by what comes out. And if not, no big deal. You're already 5 or 3 minutes closer to get yourself unstuck a little bit later. So this was a pretty short video, but I hope it was helpful for you, because I know creative blocks are really brutal, but they don't define you. This rut, it's just an annoying guest. It's not a permanent resident. Take it easy on yourself. Make small moves. Let yourself play and know that 1 spark is all you need. And if what we have talked about today really resonates, before I forget, I would love to tell you about something new that I'm working on at the moment. It's called the Muse. And it's not just for artists or creators. It's for anyone feeling the itch for something more fulfilling, a little bit more colorful. Whether you're a creative who's hit a wall, someone craving a break from the daily grind, or maybe you're just looking for a space to play, to dream, to explore, the Muse could be your space. Like someone said to me today, a safe space where you can get crazy. That's exactly what I have in mind. It's a place for those who overthink, for those who dream but hold back, for anyone who's curious but thinks they just can't be creative because they have never been, or so they think. We will keep it light, open, and most importantly, judgment free, pressure free. It's just to experiment, to explore, to discover, to subtly develop yourself in a better way, to subtly, to subtly, to whatever. So the Muse launches soon, beginning of next year, I have in mind, 2025. So if you would like to get on the wait list, you'll be the first to know. No pressure, again, just an invitation to see where a bit of creativity might lead you and your life for the better. So I will link everything in the description box below. Like, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff. I would be very happy if you would do that, if you liked the video, of course. If you didn't like it, do whatever pleases you as well. And yeah, that's it for now. Bye for now and talk soon.